Welcome to the Remote More Cybersecurity podcast. In each episode, we explore how fast-moving teams bake security into architecture, decisions, and growth. Whether you're a CTO, security lead, or engineering manager, this is your space for clear insights, expert thinking, and actionable strategies.
Imagine getting on a video call. Looks totally normal. You see your CFO, other colleagues. You talk about a transfer, approve it, and then, bam, $39 million gone. That actually happened. Hong Kong recently. A finance worker completely tricked by deepfake imposters on a video call, thought it was the real team. And this isn't just some crazy one-off story anymore. It's a wake-up call. Deepfake security is not hypothetical. It's here. It's getting scarily good. And right now in 2025, it's massively ramping up the risks to your identity and your organizations too. So that's what this deep dive is all about. We want to cut through all the noise and really get into this complex world of deepfakes. We'll look at the threats, how detection works or sometimes doesn't, and crucially, what we can actually do to build some resilience in this, AI threat landscape. The goal here is to give you a solid grasp of what deepfakes mean now, the real risks, and some practical takeaways. We've been digging into the latest reports, talking to cybersecurity folks, looking at the 2025 trends to get that cutting-edge view for you.
Okay, so deepfakes. We kind of know the term AI mimicking people.
But what's really shifted by now, 2025, it's not just basic fakes anymore, is it?
No, not at all. Fundamentally, a deepfake is synthetic media made using AI, specifically deep learning. Things like GANs, generative adversarial networks.
Right, the AI battling itself to get better.
Exactly. One AI tries to make a fake, the other tries to spot it, and they both get incredibly good, incredibly fast. The name itself, deep learning plus fake, kind of says it all. They replicate appearance, voice, mannerisms very convincingly now.
So it's the whole package. Face swaps, voice clones, even totally made up people who look real.
Precisely. And the evolution speed, it's been, frankly, staggering. Go back just a few years, late 2010s, they were often clunky, easy to spot. Now, highly convincing simulations. And the really surprising part isn't just the quality increase, it's the accessibility. User-friendly tools, cloud services. It's democratized deepfake creation. Anyone can potentially weaponize this stuff now.
Wow.
Yeah, and ENISA, the EU Cybersecurity Agency, they're flagging this rapid evolution as like a top-tier concern for digital trust.
It's important to remember, though, the tech itself isn't inherently bad, right?
Yeah.
It's got legitimate uses, too.
Absolutely. It's a classic dual-use technology. There are some amazing positive applications. Entertainment, for instance, de-aging actors, seamless dubbing into other languages.
Makes sense.
And accessibility, think synthetic voices for people with speech impairments, or creating super realistic training simulations for, say, surgeons or pilots. Really powerful stuff.
Okay, so those are the positives. But let's pivot, because our focus is security. What are the main malicious uses causing headaches right now?
That's where the concern really lies. We're talking identity theft, impersonation on a whole new level, corporate fraud, think social engineering boosted by believable fake calls or videos. Then there's political misinformation, election interference, huge concerns there. And also personal attacks like defamation and harassment. This dual-use nature just makes robust security measures non-negotiable. The line's getting blurry.
I keep hearing these crazy numbers about the growth. Is it really exploding like people say?
Oh, it is. It really is. The FBI's latest IC3 report, looking at data up to 2024, showed deepfake-related cybercrimes shot up over 300% just from 2022. That's a massive jump.
300%?
Yeah.
Wow.
And experts, they're predicting that by next year, 2025, deepfakes will be involved in something like 20% of all identity-related cyber incidents. 1 in 5.
That's not gradual growth, that's exponential.
Exactly. And it ties right back to those accessible tools we mentioned. Dark web, even legit platforms sometimes. Attackers can automate creating this stuff at scale now. We saw attempts at deepfake fraud jump, get this, 3,000% in 2023 alone.
3,000%.
Yeah, it's not just an uptick, it's a fundamental shift in the threat landscape.
And the cost is real. We mentioned that Hong Kong case, the $39 million. But there was also that European energy firm, right? Lost, what, $250,000 from a fake CEO audio call?
Exactly. Happened in 2023. And these aren't just hitting massive corporations anymore. The average cost for businesses hit by deepfake fraud in 2024 was nearly $500,000. Large enterprises could be closer to $680,000.
So the potential losses are huge.
And growing. Projections suggest generative AI fraud, which includes deepfakes, could cost U.S. businesses $40 billion by 2027. That's up from maybe $12 billion in 2023. It signals this isn't just occasional drama, it's becoming a systemic risk for everyone.
So which sectors are feeling the heat the most right now?
Honestly, no one's immune. But financial services, definitely a prime target. Bypassing biometrics, straight up fraud. Politics and government, obvious concerns about disinformation, meddling with elections. The corporate world sees executive impersonation, data leaks. Media and journalism worry about credibility hits. Even healthcare patient identity theft, messing with records.
Broad.
Very. And look at executives, 1 in 10 say they've already faced a deepfake threat, another 10% aren't even sure. And globally, detected deepfakes across all industries jumped tenfold in 2023.
That crypto number you mentioned earlier was particularly stark, though.
Yeah, 88% of all detected deepfake cases in 2023 were in the crypto space, probably because it's so digital first, high stakes, ripe for the picking, I guess.
And geographically.
North America saw a mind-blowing 1,700% increase in deepfake fraud in 2023.
1,700.
It's staggering. And this isn't just a business problem, right? For you, the listener, 60% of people encountered a deepfake video last year. And the same number, 60% of Americans, are significantly concerned. It's mainstream now.
Okay, so with that kind of scale and impact, how are they actually breaking the systems we trust? Especially for verifying identity. This is where it gets really interesting and, frankly, a bit scary.
It does. For individuals, the risks are obvious. Identity theft, losing money, reputational damage, just the sheer emotional distress. The FTC themselves warned that deepfakes are making traditional verification way less reliable.
And for businesses.
It's corporate espionage, those big financial losses we talked about, losing intellectual property, brand damage, eroding customer trust is a huge one. CrowdStrike even points to deepfakes as a key tool in these sophisticated long-term cyber attacks, the APTs.
And it makes existing scams better, right? Like phishing.
Oh, absolutely. It supercharges them. Imagine getting a call saying exactly like your boss asking for a wire transfer, or a video call that looks legit. It makes fraudulent communications incredibly believable. The SANS Institute is seeing a big jump in deepfake-enabled phishing because it bypasses a lot of the usual spot, the fake email training. It's much more persuasive.
So these know your customer KYC systems,
Yeah.
the ones banks and everyone uses, especially the electronic ones, eKYC. That seems so advanced. How are deepfakes getting past those?
Right. Traditional KYC with paper docs had its issues, but eKYC with its digital tools, AI, face matching, liveness detection, that was supposed to be the fortress. But deepfakes are finding cracks.
What are they actually doing to fool the tech?
They're generating fake biometric data. So creating forged ID documents that look incredibly real to an OCR scanner, altering selfies slightly to match a stolen ID profile, using sophisticated facial manipulation tools that can trick the algorithms comparing a selfie to an ID photo, and crucially, fooling liveness detection, simulating blinking, slight head movements, sometimes using pre-recorded video loops that mimic liveness checks. It's not just static images they're beating.
And humans are terrible at spotting these. Like, what were those stats?
Pretty bad. For still images, average human accuracy is around 62%. But for high-quality deepfake videos, it plummets to just 24.5%. We're just not wired to catch the subtle flaws anymore.
That low. Wow. And the tools to make these, they're everywhere.
Terrifyingly so. Over 2,000 tools globally for face swaps, lip syncs, AI avatars, over 10,000 AI image generators. And here's the kicker. At least 47 specific tools designed explicitly to bypass KYC checks. You can buy pre-made fake ID images or videos designed to fool systems for like $5 or $20 on underground markets. There's even a platform called Only Fake Advertising Realistic Fake ID Photos using neural networks for just $15.
$15 to potentially beat a KYC check.
The barrier to entry is incredibly low now.
So what's the net effect of all this?
It's huge. Biometric fraud attempts using deepfakes, up 31 times in 2023, according to Onfido. Face swap attacks specifically targeting ID verification, up 704% in 2023, says iProof. Gartner predicts that by 2026, nearly a third of enterprises won't consider standalone ID verification reliable anymore because of deepfakes. And think about this. 2/3 of cybersecurity pros said they dealt with a deepfake incident back in 2022. It's already happening, widely.
Okay, so breaking it down further, what types of deepfakes are being used most often for this kind of identity fraud?
We see a few main categories. Face swaps are common, putting a fraudster's face onto someone else's video, maybe paired with voice cloning for calls. Then there are fully generated faces creating totally synthetic but realistic faces of people who don't exist. used to build fake identities from the ground up. Voice cloning is big for audio scams, obviously, and synthetic identities mixing real stolen data with fake information to create a profile that's harder to flag, used for opening accounts, getting loans.
Okay. Deep breath. So what does this all mean for defense? How do we actually fight back? What's working right now?
Well, the main defense line is definitely AI fighting AI. Advanced detection tools analyze media, looking for those tiny giveaways, unnatural blinking, weird facial tics, audio not quite matching the video. These systems use things like convolutional neural networks, CNNs, which are great at spotting patterns, plus audio forensics and often ensemble models, which just means using multiple techniques together for better accuracy. Think tools like Microsoft Video Authenticator or DeepWire Scanner.
But AI detection isn't foolproof, is it?
No, definitely not. It's a constant arms race. As detection gets better, the deepfake generation tools adapt to evade it. Plus, you have issues with false positives, false negatives. So manual verification is still critical, especially for high-risk situations. Cross-checking info, looking at metadata, maybe bringing in human experts. It really has to be a layered approach. Automated tools plus human oversight. But scaling that human part is tough.
So for our listeners, what can you personally do? And what should organizations be doing? Let's get practical.
On a personal level, vigilance is key. Be cautious about sharing photos, videos, even voice recordings online. That's the raw material for deepfakes. Absolutely use multi-factor authentication, MFA, everywhere you can. Keep an eye on your online presence for anything weird showing up. And be super skeptical of unexpected requests, especially for money or sensitive info, even if the voice or face seems familiar. Double check through another channel, use privacy settings.
Right, that out-of-band verification is crucial, and for companies.
Organizations need a multi-pronged strategy. Regular employee training is huge. Make sure people know what deepfakes look like, the common scams. Establish strict protocols, especially for things like financial transfers, maybe require dual confirmation through different methods. Deploy those AI detection tools where possible. And critically, have an incident response plan specifically for deepfakes. What do you do when you suspect one? Who do you call? There are also legal and regulatory things happening, disclosure rules for synthetic media, penalties, international cooperation, standards like ISO IEC 30107 for biometric security. It's evolving.
Okay, connecting this to the bigger picture then. What's next? Are there emerging solutions that offer more hope?
Yeah, there's definitely innovation happening. We're seeing advances in detection, things like using blockchain for tracking media origin, trying to get real-time detection working reliably in video calls. Digital watermarking and content authentication are promising too, embedding invisible markers to prove a file is legit. The Content Authenticity Initiative, CAI, is working on standards for that.
Sounds interesting.
But maybe the most potentially transformative shift is towards verifiable credentials. Or VCs.
Verifiable credentials. Okay, what are those exactly? How do they help here?
Think of VCs as like tamper-proof digital versions of your ID cards or qualifications. They're cryptographically signed, so you can prove something about yourself, like your age or your identity, without necessarily revealing all your data. The key is the cryptography. If someone tries to alter a VC, the signature breaks. Instantly invalid. Often they're recorded on tamper-evident ledgers, maybe blockchain, so changes are obvious.
So it's not based on just looking real, like a deep-faked ID photo might.
Exactly. It relies on cryptographic proof, not visual mimicry. VCs allow selective disclosure, just prove you're over 18, not your whole birthday. You, the user, control them, usually on your device, not in some big hackable database. And they're designed to be spoof-proof because verifying them requires the holder's private cryptographic keys. A deepfake can't fake that cryptographic handshake. It's privacy-preserving and built for interoperability. It fundamentally shifts the game away from just visual verification.
So VCs could really be a cornerstone of future identity systems, less vulnerable to deepfakes.
That's the hope and the direction things are heading. We expect banks, governments to adopt them more widely. They fit into decentralized identity models really well. We're also seeing more holistic defense frameworks emerging. Companies like Vera, for example, combine AI liveness checks with looking for behavioral anomalies, linking different fraud attempts together, and keeping humans in the loop. It's becoming essential for businesses. Deepfakes are, well, the new normal. Trust is now a competitive advantage, a core infrastructure piece.
It really hammers home that the rise of deepfakes is this profound challenge to digital trust, doesn't it? Verifying identity becomes incredibly difficult when the things we used to rely on, faces, voices, even documents, can be faked so convincingly.
Absolutely. And building resilience isn't a one-and-done thing. It demands ongoing vigilance, continuous education for everyone, and constant innovation in defense. Individuals, organizations, tech developers, policymakers, everyone needs to be involved, adopting better tools and working together.
Which leaves us and you with a pretty big question to think about. When someone's face, their voice, their ID can be so convincingly faked, how do we maintain trust online? What does this really mean for how we interact, for our shared sense of reality? How do we make sure we're not just verifying data points, but actually upholding the fabric of trust itself in this increasingly digital world?